Hello and welcome to Sweet Rides. What a day I've had. I've literally just got off Triumph's brand new 2025 RS 1200 Speed Triple. If you want my first impressions, hang around and we'll be finding out, have Triumph fixed it? So today's video is going to be a little bit different to my usual format. Reason being, I was contacted by North London Triumph. They told me they had their new 2025 Speed Triple RS demo in. So I thought, right, let's get straight over there and take it out. But as it's a demo bike, I only had it for an hour. So due to the circumstances, today's video won't be as long or as detailed as usual, but hopefully I'll be getting the bike again at a later date. So as you can see, I'm already a big fan of the smaller sibling. But will the new RS 1200 tempt me to upgrade? Let's find out.
So the engine on this bike is much improved. It makes 180 horsepower and 128 newton meters of torque, all coming from its smooth triple cylinder engine. It feels like a bigger version of the street triple engine, just not so revvy and a lot more torque. Around town it was incredibly smooth on the throttle and not the handful you might imagine. But once the speed began to pick up, the power comes in and the bike really starts to hustle. But again, it's all very predictable. There are no nasty surprises here. Because of the limited time I had with the bike, I didn't have time to fiddle too much with all the different modes and was in normal road mode for a majority of the time. But I did put it in sport mode at one point and you could really feel a definite change in the bike's character. I didn't have much time to mess about with the electronic settings on the bike either, but needless to say it has a raft of things you can change to suit your own personal preferences. The fueling on the bike was super smooth and very predictable. Gear changes were great going up the box, although I did struggle with a couple of downshifts at lower speeds. However, that might be my issue, because some of these quick shifters only work within certain parameters. I really like the new exhaust for this year's bike. It's smaller, it's lighter, more compact, it makes a lovely sound. There's also a lightweight Akrapovic version available too. I can honestly say the Triumph is the most comfortable naked I've ridden, to date at least. I think the combination of the new suspension, soft saddle and tall rider triangle has really helped this. This year the bars are a little bit higher and a little bit closer too. Like all naked bikes, you can suffer from buffeting at higher speeds without a screen or a fairing. But like my street triple, I didn't find the 1200 Triumph suffered from this too badly. And let's face it, if you're getting too much wind, you're probably going too fast anyway. This year's bike only weighs 199 kilograms and is equipped with the very latest Öhlins EC3 electronic suspension. The same suspension as found on the Ducati Street Fighter V4S. The previous incarnation of this bike had manual Öhlins suspension, that for whatever reason it was just too stiff, and that really became that bike's Achilles heel. The new bike feels transformed. The suspension is only one of many changes made to the Triumph, but it's the most noticeable one, and has finally provided us with the bike we should have always had. This year's model comes with a raft of tech, starting with fully keyless. That's keyless ignition, keyless steering lock and fuel cap. The bike also has My Triumph connectivity that enables turn-by-turn navigation as well as control for your phone and your music. The switchgear this year comes with backlit controls. That's something I always look for on a bike. The bike comes with a 6-axis IMU, and that comes with additional wheelie control, engine braking control, braking slide assist and cornering control and ABS. Right, we've been out here for a while. Let's head back and talk about the rest of the bike. Okay, so let's talk about the style and design. So although this is an update rather than a completely new bike, Triumph have really made the most of this opportunity. The new paint and the graphic schemes look sharp and colourful, unlike previous versions. The new exhaust is more compact, stylish, and when you've got this thing on song, it sounds gorgeous. As with all Triumphs, the fit and finish on the bikes is top drawer and incredibly tidy. No loose or messy cables or hoses to be seen. Of course, the style of the bike's a personal thing. Personally, I think Triumph have done a great job with this one. I love it.
Okay, so let's talk about desirability. First thing you have to realise is Triumph are one of the few manufacturers at the moment that are bucking a trend and actually increasing their sales. One of the reasons they do that is the quality of the bikes they make is amazing. I'm not sure there's better out there. And one of the reasons they do this is they supply incredibly good quality bikes at reasonable prices. So they're always going to sell. They're always going to be in demand. And in the current climate, that is no mean feat. It's also priced really competitively against the competition as well. Now, having owned the Street Triple 765 for over a year now, I've had absolutely no issues with the bike. It starts on the button every time. The components are all quality, and the 1200 RS Speed Triple is just the next step up. So yeah, that bike does seem really desirable to me. I'm really tempted to upgrade. Okay, talking about costs. So as tested, the Triumph Speed Triple RS is £17,495. That's in the black with the red highlights, and it's an extra £500 for the two-tone colourways. Now, whichever way you look at it, that's still a lot of money. However, it's £7,000 less than the Ducati Street Fighter. And that's another bike on my wish list. Okay, so I, for one, was really pleased to see that Triumph were updating the Speed Triple RS. The last version of the Speed Triple 1200 was actually very un-Triumph-like. Triumph have the uncanny habit of getting bikes right first time. And unfortunately, last version of this bike didn't quite hit the mark. It had really harsh suspension. It was just too track focused, and there was too many rough edges. So I'm really happy to see that Triumph have turned the whole thing around and delivered this fantastic bike. So was there anything I didn't like about the new bike? Well, it's the same complaint I had about the previous one. It's the dash. I have the same issue on this bike. Triumph just seem to have this uncanny habit of providing good sized TFT screens and then overcomplicating graphics to make everything just look a lot smaller and not as clear as it should do. The speed's nice and clear, the revs are nice and clear, but I just feel the overall design could be better. But I'm really nitpicking there. So would the issue with the dash stop me from buying one of these bikes? No, not at all. It's a fantastic bike that does just about everything you're ever going to need. And needless to say, if you do buy one of these bikes, you will not be disappointed. So as per usual, I'd like to say a big thank you to Triumph North London for the loan of the bike. Without their cooperation, these videos simply wouldn't happen. As per usual, if you've enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. and we'll see you next time on Sweet Rides.